So I'm Pete Halverson here at the Leica headquarters, and we're having a great time. Celebration of photography. I'm pleased to have with me Matt Stuart, amazing photographer based out of London. But for this particular project, he was taking the brand new M10 and he took it to Brussels, correct?
That's right. Yeah, I had the privilege of being sent a camera codenamed Willie in September, and I took it out for a month or so in Brussels, and I started. I've started on and off living in Brussels, which has been great. It's a new place to look at, and so yeah, I started by shooting with this amazing camera. So it was a great introduction to Brussels, a great introduction to the M10, and yeah, it was a really enjoyable project.
You do the majority of your shooting in London, so what was it about Brussels that pulled you there to begin with?
Well, so I don't know, you're American, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, you had something happen this year, and we had something happen this year. We had this thing called Brexit, and which was basically
the American version of the election.
Yes.
Okay.
So I decided, I need time out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and live in Brussels for a bit. So off I went, and Brussels is the heart of Europe. It's where the European Parliament is, and I made new friends. I looked at new streets, and sort of opened my eyes to somewhere different. I really enjoyed it. Actually, it was great.
Now, the M10, smaller. So, as a street photographer, did you feel that after walking around for a day, like you do so often with your?
Okay, so I mean, the amazing thing with the M10 is that it feels exactly the same as the film cameras.
Oh.
So I've up until June this year, I've been using the MPs, the analog MPs, and so to get the M10 in my hands, it felt exactly the same as the MP. So it was kind of like, a relationship I'd been in for a very long time, but with a facelift.
Yeah.
So internally and externally, and so it was a real pleasure. But it felt like a friend.
I mean, as a Leica shooter, it's that feel that is so important when you're out shooting.
It's the weight. It's the width. It's the whole. I mean, you as a Leica user, and I'm sure you know, but you walk around and you fiddle with this thing. It becomes an extension of your eye, but it also becomes something that you become attached to physically. And this M10 feels exactly like the cameras that I've been using for the last 20 years. Not to say that the previous cameras, weren't up to it. They were, but this one was really felt very familiar.
Well, this may be a personal question, but as a fiddler, like I'm always here and I'm on my, I'm touching different things. So the M10, what did you fiddle with on the M10? There's a couple new knobs and dials.
Yeah. Okay. Careful how I answer that. I love the ISO dial. I like changing that quickly. I like to be able to choose the ISO depending on the situation that I was in before I actually lifted the camera to my eye.
Okay.
I didn't have to fiddle around too much on the back screen or find menus. I just changed it. I'm on the subway, 1600, ready to go. I'm outside again, 400, ready to go. It's pared down. It has less buttons, less knobs on the back. It also has a very comfortable little thumb sort of socket that you can put your thumb into. It is the perfect M as far as digital cameras are concerned. It's really, this one is the one.
Beautiful. Well, I mean, you've spoken a lot tonight already. You spoke on stage, and you're going to be a lot of people want to talk about you and your work in the M10. So we will let you get back to it. But do you have anything else going on that you want to mention?
Well, Friday I'm going to the inauguration. I'm going to take my M10 to that and make some pictures there. Life is good. I mean, I'm working hard, and I'm very much enjoying all of these privileges that I'm being given. And it's great to be here. I'm going to have a nice night. Might even have a drink.
Maybe one or two?
Just one.
One. Okay.
And super nice to meet you too.
Pleasure to meet you as well. So Matt Stuart, everybody, fantastic photographer, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.